turn the tractor and see if we can get this trailer out of the ruts that it created. See, it's way down there. Started the tractor a little bit earlier. I took care of the chickens to get it warmed up inside because it got down to 13 degrees last night. So I'm hoping that the ground is firm enough for me to come over here and yank this trailer out. Let's see what it does. Pretty rough, I can tell you that. So hopefully it thawed enough to get the tractor over there and get that thing out of that mud. Even though I don't see how somebody can get in there and steal it unless they used a big agricultural tractor, I'd rather have it around back. I feel a whole lot more comfortable. This is our second trailer, so it's the first one, the 18-footer we had 2 years ago. Somebody stole it right out of our driveway. Half the lumber for the garage, tools, and then the trailer, which was brand new. So we bought another one to replace it. And even though I had the other one locked and secured, they still cut everything and took it away. So, yeah, it's really, really rough. So I'm hoping that I can get it out of those ruts. I don't have to wait to lift it up with forks to get it out of the ruts. I'm hoping I can just yank it right out of there. So let's see what I can do here. The problem is these ruts are so dang deep and rough that you really can't get a good angle so the tractor's not in ruts. So we're going to try it like this right here. See what happens. This jig that I got for the front of the tractor to put on the bucket isn't really worth anything. It's my second one. They said they updated it, but I just don't believe that it's updated enough, that's for sure. To do it like this, I can tell you that. There we go. Rabbit went running out of there. So now I got to go out and lift the front jack on it so I can lower the nose so the back tail of the trailer is not dragging the ground. Lock it on the ball. No, that's not going to do that. So let's at least bring this up. One of the nicest jacks that I've ever had on a trailer. It's smooth, adjustable. That should be enough clearance to get the back end raised up some by lowering the front end. Can't get the ball locked on there, so I got to back up some. Hopefully it doesn't come out. And we shall see if we can get this done. Okay. Four-wheel drive. Okay, let's give her a go here. There we go. Oh, that didn't work so well. Let's see what happened. I think I pulled the receiver right out of the hitch because it didn't have a pin in it, but there was no way you were getting it out. Yeah, pulled it right out. So I'm gonna have to get it locked in place with a pin. Okay. Let's get this put back in there and see if I can find something to that's lined up. Now I just got to find a pin of some kind. How about this one? It's short, but I think it'll work. Because I know I don't have a tractor, or I didn't. So let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, there's no, wait a minute, is that a pin? What is that? Nah, it's not big enough, not long enough, so we'll try this. I got plenty of pins to replace it if I break it. Okay, got it picked back up. There we go, it's locked back on. Hopefully this pin holds. Let's see if we can get her moving. Oh, not wanting to move now. Two throws up, there we go, we got her undone now, let's see. Okay. There we go. Now we got her moving, I believe. Yep, there we go. Whew, thank God. It's a pain in the butt getting this thing turned around off the front of this. I know that. There we go. Come on, pull her straight around. Straighten her out. Get them across these ruts right here. No, don't get caught in this stuff. Get over here to some better ground. It's a coming. Still not stuck, thank God. It's a little bit wetter back here still, but I'll be able to get her where I need her to be. Okay, the problem is we got a burn pile back here. And the guys that helped do the house just put boards and stuff in there that had nails and all kinds of stuff in it. So I gotta get this cleared of that and then back it up in the spot right there that I want it in. Still going strong. Everything's got to be difficult in our lives. It seems like I probably created it all, but that's okay. We're getting it done. That's all that matters. Just hopefully we don't pop another tire. Just got 4 new tires on the truck, so I don't really, not really interested in buying another. Because the spare is on this. We bought another tire, rim and tire for this one, because the original popped on it from doing this exact same thing. So, just about got her where I want her here. I'm going to back up one more time, I'm pretty sure. I just want it straight. I think that's probably going to do it pretty well right there. I think I'm happy with that. Maybe not. Maybe I want to bring her back a little further so I can get a good view of it from the house. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get it back where we can get a good view from the house, garage, cameras. Okay, now let's see if I can get it turned to get it back straight. And right there is where it's going to be. I'm good with that. So let's turn this down so I'm not blowing out everybody's eardrums. Sorry about the camera work. I'm trying to do 100 things at one time here. Yeah, it's still pretty soft back here, but it's not down in the mud, so I'm good with that. Let's go see if we can get these blocks out of the ground that I had it on. There's another 4x4 right there I can put it on, but I'd rather have 2. So So maybe the top one will come out of this, or maybe both will come out, I don't know. But even at 13 degrees, you can see water just is not draining this clay. Grows crops really well, which makes no sense to me, but I guess with the right amount of fertilizers, you can pretty much do anything, maybe. Yeah, this is, no, that one's done. That bottom one is not coming out right now. So this one, and I got one in the back of the trailer here. That'll fit nicely underneath the front jack. Let's see here. If it's not frozen. No, it's not. There we go. Okay. So, put that there, put that there. Now I gotta lower the front end of this down after I unlock it, like that right there. So I'll raise it up some. See if I can see how it doesn't even hold. It comes right off the tongue. I got ratchet straps holding it on there. Guess I'm gonna have to get in and try and help it along, maybe. There we go. Did it come out of there? No, it did not. Yeah, it did, but there we go. That got her out. There, now I'm not worried so much about the trailer getting stolen, even though I don't know how they would have got it out of there. So let's get that in there. This is a mess. It needs to be cleaned out. I usually keep them all wound up nice, but today is just not going to be that day. It's too cold. Now, get the tractor back around the other side and park where it should be. And once it warms up a little bit today, it's supposed to be, we're freezing, so maybe it'll soften the driveway up a little bit. Deer tracks, they come over here. Deer come over here and go over here and lay on our, that's a low dose, called a low dose pressure mound. It's a septic tank system, but it's basically above ground. There are two holding tanks underground, but they siphon into this to disperse out. But so if it's a septic, it's going to be a little bit warmer than the air. So the deer, when it's windy or real cold, they come over here and lay on the side of the septic mound that's going to block the wind for them. So sometimes they're like right up against the house over there. I had them laying against the side of the garage at one point because I can heat the garage. But so that's been real recent. That was like last night, yesterday sometime, because it's in the mud and the mud's frozen right now. There's no way they'd leave tracks like that. So pull this up, get back around. So that's the trees you see right there. That's about the property line. You can see the white post over there. That's our furthest west property, it's our property line on the west side, but we own all the way to that road over there, so we own almost on a corner. There's a little church that's not even open, and the deer actually bed down over here when it's not wet and lay in that tall grass all day long. I've seen them, and actually I shot a deer last year like 40 yards or 40 acres away, and it actually come through the corn and laid down over there. So they're not afraid to use it because nobody's in that church, and we very rarely are on this side of the garage or this side of the northwest corner of the property. Our house is right here, so it's not that we're far away, but pull the tractor in and get this jig off the front for towing. And if anybody happens to know of a better jig for a Kubota 3560, the tow bar on the back is the hole is very small diameter. I don't even think an inch shank on a ball would fit through it. And the one that hooks on the bucket, and I don't want to be drilling through the bucket. I have forks that can go on there, but I don't want to be drilling through the forks. Something that's going to be able to tow a trailer or move a trailer, not actually tow it, to move it around the property. I've tried this one from Amazon twice now. The first one didn't work, obviously, and this one's supposed to be improved, and it didn't. It did the same thing. The tension bolts on it, you screw them down, and it's supposed to press this little metal tongue onto the bucket and hold it in place. And first time I went to move that trailer, it bent the tension bolts on it, and you can't turn them now because they're bent. So you got to ratchet strap it in, and it did the job, but I want something that actually does the job all the time, every time. So leave the tractor here for a while. I'm just glad I got it out of those ruts over there. I didn't want it to get stuck permanently, because once that ground gets soft again, then you'd have to wait until the summertime, mid-May, for it to dry up in order for it to even to come out of there. So, okay, shut the tractor off, and all the chickens seem to have come out. Wednesday's crew and Toby's crew come out as soon as I opened it up, but the elders, the older flock of chickens, they're fair weather chickens, I guess, but they're all dropping eggs for us, every last one of them. So we do have eggs and honey available. Twisted Tree Farm. Let's go over here and look at the chickens and see what they're doing here. Our Polish rooster dropped to the bottom of the pecking order because there ended up being another rooster inside there, and that we didn't know about when it was young, obviously. And I think he's grown up enough now that he's kicked Toby out. Toby's out with his hens, so he's got all the hens with him. I don't know if you can see that over there or not, but it's right in the sun. But he's got all his hens out over there with him, so maybe he's not at the bottom of the pecking order anymore. Is that? Now that other rooster's right next to him, though. Frank, that's what we call him. They're all over there eating in the ground, getting some grit. So we're moving the garden to the other side of the property this year. Beehives are going to be moved this year. So once the weather breaks, usually about May, mid-May, sometimes the end of April, I can get out until it dries up enough for me to get back in the crop area until, in order to put the food plots in. But we'll have to see what this year brings. I already ordered my seed for my plot screen. It's a Michigan-based company, so we'll have to figure out how it works. And again, I don't have any sponsors, so it's just, I'm going to find out if it works or not, because I know that the deer like much more privacy. So if I can screen that, they're going to feel more secure. They used all last year when I had planted corn. They were out there all day long. As a matter of fact, it was too hard to get in my blind because there were so many deer. So, but with that, it ends today for the morning chores, and maybe I'll be back later for the night chores. Everybody have a great day.
Meow.